Hi friends, I know that you are consistently failing in your exams. You are getting very less marks, you have failed many times in many subjects, you want to succeed, and this is the problem. In this video, I am going to teach you your journey from failure to success. Friends, I am Sanjay Naik sir from Poly Classes. I am teaching engineering students since 1981. I help the students in studying with the different study techniques depending on their capacity. The problems in studying. I know that you are failing because there is lack of understanding. You cannot understand the concepts easily. This is a problem for many students. Maybe you don't have the drive for studying. That means you don't feel the urge for studying. You feel tired, you don't want to study for this reason only. Or maybe you have got a very limited capacity to study. Many of the students have this fear about the teacher and the concerned subjects. This fear is set up in their minds and they cannot get this block away. They cannot disintegrate this block. This block remains there since their childhood and they cannot even think about studying, particularly the subjects the teacher has taught. Most of the students are afraid of mathematics. So the fear has set up in the mind and they cannot get good marks. Or many of the students don't have resources. That means they have got very limited resources like books. Even they cannot afford to buy the books or the uniforms or the fees to pay to the school. So there are many problems. There may be one or two or three problems or all the problems can be there in your case. But the result is that you are failing. So we forget about these problems and we restructure. The next part is structuring your mindset. The first point is that you have to accept all these limitations. Whatever the limitations, that is lack of understanding, limited capacity, limited resources, or the fear about the teacher, everything you have to accept. Now you know that you are not able to do certain things. So we will focus on the factor what you can do. So now you have to study within your limitations. So what are the limitations are there? You have to study. And then study to your capacity. The structuring part is in 3 steps. The first is accept your limitations, study within the limitations, and study as per your capacity. In this part, we'll study how to restructure and replan your studies. If you take a particular subject, you have to go through the entire syllabus and identify the easy topics which you can possibly understand. The next step will be find out the marks or weightage of the topics. Why? Because you should check that you are covering at least 50% to 60% of the syllabus in this process. So once you have identified this for one subject, you apply this method for every other subject. It is up to you to select the topics from each subject, from each chapter, mark them. You can write down the topics, the chapters on a piece of paper, or there is a simple method. Which topics you don't want to study, with a pencil, just mark a cross on that chapter or on the particular pages, so you know that you are not going to study those topics. The next part is subjective study. Now you will select one subject. Whatever the topics you have identified, you are going to prepare small modules of approximately 20 to 30 minutes each. You know your capacity, how much you can study in 20 to 30 minutes. That means you have the focus for just 20 or 25 or 30 minutes. So whatever you can do in that 20, 25, 30 minutes, you can identify. How you can identify this? The simple method is you start studying one topic. You can understand how much is a capacity. That means you can study say for 25 minutes and how much topic you have covered. It is as simple as this. So once you know how much topic you have completed, how many pages you have completed, accordingly you can plan, and this will take not more than 30 to 40 modules. This is for one complete subject. In this manner, you are going to create small and simple modules of 30 to 40 minutes each for every subject. Of course, the time may differ for each and every student. Some of the students or some of you can work out in 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Whatever the timing you need, you can create that module and allot this module for every day. Suppose you have got 4 subjects to study. Every day you can spare just 30 minutes. Once you have completed this, apply the same method for other subjects also. That is the second subject, then after 30 days for the third subject, after another 30 days for the fourth subject, and maybe in 4 months' time you have completed 4 subjects. Of course, suppose you don't have 4 months, then what you can do, you have got say just 2 months. That means you have got 8 weeks. So you can plan the entire syllabus, whatever you decide, in 2 months, that is approximately 60 days. So just what you have to change is instead of one module, you can have 2 modules. The only difference is for the first module, you select one subject, for the second module, you select another subject. You continue this for 30 days and your syllabus is completed. Another 30 days, 2 subjects can be completed. If you have got just 1 month to complete the entire syllabus, you can still rework this again. The only difference is you have to find out 2 hours to complete your studies. And in this 2 hours, you have to share 4 different modules. So if you have the first module for the first subject, second module for the second subject, third module for the third subject, fourth module for the fourth subject. So 4 different modules, 4 subjects can be studied every day for 30 days and the entire syllabus is complete. So friends, this is very simple method. Even if you're failing, you don't have to worry, you just apply this method.